Heather, can you log in real quick to YouTube? I'm live right now, but just to make sure that we're not getting our previous problems. Just going to do a quick tech check here before we get too involved. Learning the new contraption. How's it look?
It's a little jolty,
Little,
but it's good.
but it's good. Okay, little jolty, but it's good. Well, at least it's not gray screen. We tried this one other time earlier this week and ran into a big tech issue. So hopefully we have it fixed here. So anyway, let's get rolling. Welcome. This is my name is Clay with Expedition Overland, and this is our first live video. We've tried a couple times before with, utter failures, but now I think we've got all the tech working, and I think we're ready to rock. So let me just fill you in on why we're doing it. Right now we have so much going on that there's just no way that we could possibly film everything that we're doing and then put it out in as like a daily vlog type of thing, because we have other really important things that we have to be doing. So we thought we might as well just start doing like a daily or at least a weekly live vlog, so you get to see it live. And I see that there's a few folks on here now, which is pretty cool. Welcome. So, yeah, we got a lot going on. And if you're new to Expedition Overland, let me just fill you in on where we came from and how this whole thing got started. So you can kind of get caught up to where we are to present day. So let's go back to 2010. I'm in Africa and shooting a documentary for the Uganda Orphans Fund. And while I'm there, I meet a really cool guy and a really cool gal, Scott and Rhonda Cahill. And we get to be friends, and Scott was over there filming and doing photography for the Uganda Orphans Fund, and I was there doing cinematography. And when we got home, we were in a Bible study together, actually. And one day at home, I was going into the house, and I was dead broke. I came home from Africa dead broke. And the reason being is, being a cinematographer, oftentimes you have ebbs and flows in your you make a bunch of money and then you kind of live on it while you work up and spool up your next project. Especially when you getting going, that's pretty common. So I was just at the end of kind of my feast stage, going into famine when I got back from Uganda, and that's right when the economy hit the United States, or in Montana in particular. We're usually a little bit behind the curve, and man, I got home and everything fell through. Every job that I had that was going to pull me out of the famine stage fell through, just because the economy just tanked. So anyway, there we were, not knowing what to do, and I was walking into the house, and I looked into the garage, and there was my Tacoma 2013, no, at the time it was a 2001 Tacoma that I had mostly built out. I had done a photography thing for ARB, and it was kind of finished. And then next to it was a 100 series Land Cruiser, a used Land Cruiser that we had just bought for the family. And I said, you know what, maybe, just maybe, there's a show in overlanding, traveling the world by vehicle and documenting our travels, and maybe that would be a good thing. So I took it back to the guys at Bible Study, and Scott in particular, and I said, hey, what if we did this thing? And I think we should call it like Expedition Overland. So we did that, and within a month and a half we were on a big trip to Moab. And we just wanted to make sure that this whole idea called Expedition Overland just might work. So you might have heard us say that before in other narratives and videos, because, well, that's the case. We had to see if we could shoot a film, put something together, and have it be interesting. And lo and behold, it kind of worked. So we started off by doing a couple episodes. That's in the North American series, the very first original episode. And the second we did all on our own. And then we started saying, hey, some companies might be interested in supporting us in doing what we're doing. And so over time, we were able to get some sponsorships on board. And didn't take long, and we were up against our big trip. We had 4 more trips planned. Got through those, and with a lot of late nights working at home, doing the startup thing, just working your hiney off to get stuff put together, we came up on a new season, the Alaska Yukon season. That was the big goal, and we were able to raise enough sponsorships, just enough, but it came down to a decision point if we were going to go, and we actually didn't quite have all the money that we needed to do the filming and buy the cameras that we wanted and be able to get it out. But I remember sitting at the kitchen table, and we drew this figurative line across the table, and we said, okay, we don't quite have all the money to go do it, but are we going to do it anyway? Are we going to figure it out? And all of us stepped across that figurative line and said, yes, we're going to do that. So we went for Alaska Yukon anyway, and it ended up working out just fine. So we went into Alaska Yukon. You can see that season on our YouTube channel. AKYK is what we called it. It's a 12-part series. Then we went into, a year and a half later, we were able to put another series together, the Central America series. And that finished up around, it was about Christmas time. No, it was about October of 2015 that we were able to do that. That was a huge season for us because we got Toyota on board. And now we've been able to get a lot of cool vehicles from them and started just a really cool partnership with Toyota. And then we tried to do South America last year, and thank goodness we couldn't put it together because we were so tired, honestly, after our Alaska or Central America season that, man, I don't know if we could have completed successfully the South America expedition. So this year, and there it is, the big news, we have finally been able to put together a new season. Season 3, South America. Not to be confused with Central America. We were in Baja to Panama. This year we're going Colombia to Ushuaia, Patagonia. This summer is when we're shooting. So right now we're in the final phases of getting all our gear ready, because we're heading down to Overland Expo West in May, and then from there our trucks are leaving to get on containers, and we're off to Colombia after that. So it's a big thing to say that out loud and tell everybody right here, right now, because it's committing. But that's what you have to do with big dreams. You got to commit. So here I am in front of you, committing to South America Season 3. So we have some really awesome sponsors this year. We've always had great sponsors. General Tire has signed back up again for a presenting level sponsorship. Thank you, General Tire. This year we've got Magpul, CBI Off-Road, Equipped Expedition Outfitters, Warren, and Icon Vehicle Dynamics as our impart sponsors. Those are the companies that are really and MaxTrax. And MaxTrax has been with us since the very beginning, and they continue to believe in what we're doing. Even in times when times were tough, they still supported us. So, man, stellar sponsorship crew on the presenting and impart levels, and then we got a lot of cool contributing sponsors too this year. So we look forward to producing something really epic for sure this year. We're stepping up almost everything we possibly can to make it the coolest season that we can possibly compile within our abilities and skill sets and time and money and all that stuff. So the other thing that we've been able to do this year is build the X-hanger. And the X-hanger is this behind me. Let's see if I can get it right. Yeah, so the X-hanger, what is the X-hanger? The X-hanger is a building that we knew we had to build because if we were to take on newer, bigger things, we had to have a building in which we could communicate better, build better vehicles, make better movies, and be more efficient in our YouTube channel in building all that stuff. So this year we built the X-hanger, and it has made a huge difference in our team and the ability to crank stuff out and get things going. It's really been a huge accomplishment in the way that we're now doing more things with less stress than we have in the past. So thank goodness for a building. So let me give you a quick tour of that. You're going to see some cool stuff on a truck here. We've got the X-Venture hooked up to X3 Meridian, and you'll see a really sweet new snorkel on there. ARB sent us the new snorkel. A lot of people were asking in the McKinsey, why didn't you have snorkels? Well, the reason was because at that time none of them were in production. They were almost here. We almost had them for the McKinsey, but the Forerunner and the Tacomas weren't quite over the ocean yet to get here in time for us to meet that season, so we had to go without them. But now they're here. TRD just outfitted us with a new hood, which is a TRD Pro hood, and we've got a grill coming for the truck, which will be pretty rad. So we'll get rid of the chrome one, and we'll get to go with the all black one. X-Venture is also an in-part sponsor this year, and we'll be taking, this is the XV2. We've been working on these trailers forever, but now there's the XV3 that you saw in the Return of the McKinsey film, and we will be taking an XV3 to South America. So we're learning on how to ship all this stuff. It's going to be a really interesting couple of months here as we go through the motions of learning all that stuff. And I hope that this live video is useful to you, because we're going to be kind of showing you on a day-to-day basis, and whenever there's really cool and interesting things happening, kind of what we're going through, the hurdles that we're overcoming, and whatnot. So you kind of get to walk through this process with us through live video. So thank goodness for the new technology. It's pretty cool. I'm going to flip the camera here. You can see the X-hanger. So right now Jeff is working on Rufio. We just got new Icon 6-speed wheels that Rufio's being outfitted with. Pretty rad. You can also on this side see the new snorkel. Jeff has been cranking on this truck for, Jeff, how long have you been cranking on this truck?
I started hard on Monday, but it's been a good.
Hey, you're doing good. Well, it was on the rack on Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it was, but I just started the trailing arms then, had to get a few new parts in, and
Yeah.
got all that back together, snorkel in, about to put in a bigger battery too.
Awesome. Yeah, Odyssey came in as a contributing level sponsor this year. Check out all these batteries. And we have a ton of batteries. There's some more in the back. Where's the other huge ones?
They're under that snorkel there.
So the everyday Joe doesn't really need all this power. Look at these things. But in order to run our cameras and charge all the helicopters and the camera batteries and all that stuff, plus run our camp life, that's the kind of power that is required to do it. And frankly, we're tired of running out of battery power, so we just might be overcompensating this year to make sure that we don't have troubles on the trail powering, because when our power goes down, the show goes down. So anyway, good job, Jeff. It's looking awesome.
Thank you.
The only thing we have left to do here on this, you can see the new wrap. This truck and the X-Venture are going down to CBI tomorrow, CBI off-road, and new sliders, new front grille. We still have to cut the bushwhacker fender to outline the snorkel, so we'll have to get to that at some point. And we're going to swap the rear bumper on Rufio for a dual swing out. And the reason we're doing that is because, let me see, get this camera set up here. The reason we're doing that is because when we're towing a trailer, a long swing out on Rufio doesn't work. You can't get into the back of it. But with a dual swing out, when it pivots in the center and one goes to this side and one goes to that side, you can get into it with a trailer on. So that's getting swapped. The other thing is we're not taking Apollo. Why? Well, because it's for sale. And if you guys are interested in that, shoot us a private message on the details there. But yeah, we've got Rufio, or excuse me, Apollo out there. Let's see if you can see it. Apollo is naked, no wrap on it, and it's going to be sold as is if you guys are interested. But anyway, why would we be selling that? Well, it's because we have another project going on right now, and it is insane. So I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but it's something that many people over the years have said that would never happen. But it did. We'll reveal that soon at the right time. Watching because of Apollo. I see that. That's all right. Don't you worry. It'll be all right. So let me show you the shop a little bit more. The shop is designed for production. It's a shop in one way, but then it's also a film studio, a production studio, which all happens upstairs. Up here is a finishing room for the master edits, and then the main office, and in the back is my office upstairs. Let's see, the door is a 35-foot bifold airplane hangar door. So I'll give you the wide perspective here. The reason we went with the bifold, it's called a high fold bifold hangar door. Let me get my contraption to work here, sorry. Is because we wanted the ability to have all of this room open as we're moving trucks in and out. We didn't want, when we're doing filming and stuff, a bar to be in here with two garages. We wanted all to be open so we weren't limited by those posts. And when it came down to cost, it ultimately cost the same amount to put that one door in versus the two. So we put another door in the back, as you can see. Both of these doors are 14 feet high, 14.5 foot clearance. So anything on the interstate will fit into this. A semi would fit into this room, which is pretty cool. And who knows, maybe there'll actually be an airplane sitting in here or something someday, helicopters, you never know. We dream big around here. So yeah, we got a glass bistro door, we got speakers outside, and we went for a 30-foot concrete pad out front so we can keep it really clean. We can wet it down for film shoots, and it provides a basketball court for the kids and myself and Jeff, and anybody else who comes over. So right now, here's a bunch of gear that's all set aside for going down to CBI tomorrow. We're going to be filming the build process on Rufio and our other project. Stay tuned for that announcement. It'll be coming out very soon. We're ready for it. We're just making you have to wait just a little longer. As if we go to the back here, this is our server room. This is where 7 years of Expedition Overland is sitting. And then of course it's also backed up in a third-party location, which is pretty cool. We're running just over 100 terabytes on our server. Here is the logistics area. This room has already been used a bunch. In January, all of us got together and we sat around this table and we put Google Earth up on the map and up on the screen and just cranked out our season, which you can kind of get a peek over there. I'm not going to get too close, but you can kind of see our route and kind of what we're trying to do over there. Configurations of different tent structures. You can see a new helicopter here. We got the new Inspire 2. Just came in yesterday. We just flew it today. We've got a 3-month calendar there with everything on the board that we need to accomplish in the next 3 months. And man, it's amazing how fast time flies on that, because we are already getting down in the time. So I'm heading up the stairs. Behind me you'll see, oops, go that way. That room down there is hopefully someday going to be a bathroom, but we don't have a bathroom just yet. Upstairs we have Nate, who is editing. Looks like he's having some file issues. Oh, he's cutting on some hey there's. Hello, Nate.
Hello, how's it going?
Nate is going to be joining us. He's worked with us for 2 years now. This is the 3rd year that you've worked with us, and he's done a lot of the cuts that you've seen for Oh Hey There's, Central America, Return to the McKinsey. He's been one of the guys behind the computer, getting it all cutting together. Yeah, and who's going on the South America expedition, Nate?
As far as the whole crew?
Is you.
Maybe this guy. Maybe
this guy's going.
Maybe this guy right
so
here's gonna go.
You're gonna be. This is our first introduction to Nate. He'll be on the South America expedition as one of our cameramen, and of course camera or crew member. So yeah, this room was designed. I call it the casino every now and then. Keep a guy in here as long as possible. It's got awesome audio. It's got everything we need for cutting high-end video up to 4K. You can see it. There's an Oh Hey There that's coming out in the future. All the lights are dimmable, and even up top, this one light shines down on the keyboard so that there's no direct light shining into your eyes when you're cutting. So everything's designed to allow you to make the best video possible. And the other cool thing is we added a subwoofer to our post-production this year. So you guys that have been watching, if you've been watching this stuff on the home theater, a lot of times we had like big booming sub stuff kick in, especially with wind. We're hopefully going to eliminate that this year, so when you guys are watching on the big screen with the subs, it's all going to sound as clean as possible. So thanks, Nate.
See ya. Yeah, good work.
All right, so upstairs, kind of get a glimpse. We've got this catwalk. This catwalk is so we could do really cool camera angles of stuff that we're filming. A few style points, I suppose. And but yeah, you can see like how nice it is for us to get different perspectives. I can yell at Jeff usually from up here because his desk is right down there. So let me take you into this little area right here. Is kind of the coffee break area. We've got our sword up there, or the machete from the Pan American there, from the Darien Gap. That picture means a lot. And then inside here's the main office. All of our chores that we have to do on the wall. This is also another 5.1 surround sound theater, so that we can monitor and listen to everything that we got going on and get inspired by other movies, etc. Got our movie posters. Some of you might have seen those. We got those available on our store now. We're pretty stoked on those. They're kind of like records on the wall, I suppose. And then here is my office and Heather's office right now. Heather's been using this. Hello, Heather.
How's it going?
Good. I think all of them are doing well too. The view's not so bad. Good old Bozeman, Montana. That's the Bridger Range. That's Ross Peak. Bridger Bowl Ski Resort is back on the other side right there. And Vortex has hooked us up this year with some optics, and we're taking advantage of them right now. And then those will be going with us on the expedition too, because when we're going to be in like some seriously awesome mountains and whatnot. So yeah, rough life, I know. So yep, there's my desk, accompanied with a sat phone and a Red Bull. Fitting, huh? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Heather, I think I'll be good for some questions. I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to come downstairs because there's the more stuff to point out, I suppose. Okay, so
Ask questions.
ask questions, yeah. If you guys, I see there's quite a few of you on. If you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Heather's going to, there you go, get me squared away here. Jeff and I are here, and we can maybe answer your questions. So let me swap out. All right. Well, that's pretty much the main thing that we wanted to get across today. Probably going to be going live tomorrow from CBI, if not at least in the next couple days. So keep tabs on that. Please hit subscribe. That's big for us, and it's also good for you because it allows, like when we go live and stuff, it'll kick up in your news feed. It'll send you an email if you have it set for that, so that you can catch us live and ask us questions when it's happening. So let's see.
The one question we have is,
Okay.
are you going to be doing the Pan American?
Are we doing the Pan American? Yes. Well, mostly. The Pan American is, in a lot of ways, is a conglomeration of different roads. And so we're kind of picking our own route that we want to do. But it is pretty much the Pan American. So let's see, what else do we have?
Is anyone fluent in Spanish for season 3?
Kurt is really good at Spanglish. Does that count? I have been promising myself for the last year and a half that I would start to learn Spanish better, and I haven't got there yet. But it shouldn't be an inhibitor to going if you don't know the language. We'll just you'll just get to see us wrestle through it sometimes. So.
Are you willing to sell Rufio's old bumper?
Willing to sell Rufio's old bumper? Yeah, we're just going to hand it off to CBI when we go down there. So if you do want that bumper, call up CBI, and you can get that bumper from those guys. So, yeah.
How long did Central America take?
Central America proper was 52 days, I think, and I was gone. Jeff, Kyle, and myself were gone a total of 60 days because we drove the trucks back from Panama to Phoenix before we got to fly home, and that was day 60 when we rolled into Phoenix. So, yeah. Next question.
Do you have a lot of stuff on the West Coast and Central U.S.? Can we expect any East Coast travels?
Any East Coast travels? Not right now. We're 100% focused on South America. Once we ship our trucks, they're going to be committed to that continent for probably almost till Christmas by the time we get them back off the containers. So nothing in the works right now for the East Coast. But there's a lot of great guys over there doing some cool stuff. Mountain State Overland, their video series is taking place mostly on the East Coast. So check those guys out for some East Coast stuff. Next question.
Will you be doing a full build expose on your rigs before you go?
Full build expose. Maybe. That's the build videos. That when we produce the build videos, it's one of the most comprehensive things that we do. They take a lot of time. Generally, those Tacoma build, like the Tacoma build series that we put out this last year, was well into the I'd say like 200 hours to produce. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of that done by the time we leave in May, but we're going to do our darndest to get as much content out as possible. You will be seeing a bunch of content from Oh Hey There, and then we have a new segment that we just finished up filming called In the Shop. And In the Shop will be releasing in May, right?
But June.
June? Okay, June. In the Shop launches in June, and you'll be hearing more about that as it comes up. So basically we had really cool trucks come in of all shapes, sizes, from Jeeps to Earth Cruisers to, you name it. I'm going to shut the heater off here. Come into the shop, and we just talk to the designers and the people that built them. And so that season will be coming out while we're shooting in South America. So you guys won't be dropped on content. So,
how do you handle major vehicle damage or failure?
well, thank goodness we haven't been able to experience that, other than a few fenders and things like that past. But the vehicles are built and thought through in a certain way that, say, God forbid we were in Central or South America and one of the vehicles goes down, we have enough seats between the other two most of the time to occupy the people that were in the car that might have been damaged. And we do have a certain level of redundancy between all the three of the vehicles so that the mission wouldn't go down. So there's redundancy in some of the power and seats and livability. So, yeah. Next question.
Any plans to do treks through Asian countries?
Always. We have the whole world to go around. So we're working on that, and we'll keep producing Expedition Overland as long as we possibly can, as long as it makes sense for our lives, and that we have the support of fans in the world to go and continue to make movies. So Asia is always on the list, of course. Yeah.
A new 3.5 liter versus the pre-2016 4.0 Tacoma. Which do you like better?
Between the two engines in particular, they both have their advantages. Nothing beats my 2013 supercharged Tacoma that's regeared by Nitro. I don't think that's going to be really hard to beat. But the new Tacoma in particular is much more refined. It's quieter. It's got really nice power on the top end. So you can even load it down now. It's easy to pass somebody on the interstate and stuff like that. So I don't know. I can't give you a direct answer of which truck I like more, but I am currently still driving my 2013 Tacoma and loving it. But I look forward to having the new 16 back because of the stuff that we've done to it too. So if I was to buy a new Tacoma, we got an automatic in this one, but I would go with the manual. Go with the manual. And I think you'd like that truck even more.
Will you show the new build vehicle in any upcoming Overland Expos?
Yes, our new vehicle that we're building right now will be at Overland Expo West. So come see it there if you're not coming already. So right on, guys. Thank you. We're gonna wrap that up, and sure appreciate all of you guys watching. Look for more of the Expedition Overland YouTube lives coming out, and we'll see you on the internet. Have a great night. See ya.